Welcome to our latest update on the ongoing war in Ukraine from the War Insider. The main news in the morning of January 25th is tanks. 12 countries agreed to transfer to Ukraine about 100 Leopard 2 tanks. Next, we will consider which countries will transfer what number of tanks. But now the situation on the map of the battlefield. The Ukrainian armed forces repelled attacks by Russian forces in 8 populated areas. During the day, the Russians launched 4 missile and 26 air strikes. They also carried out over 100 artillery strikes from RCSOS. The Defense Forces Aviation carried out 8 strikes on areas where the enemy was concentrated, as well as 3 strikes on their anti-aircraft missile positions. At the same time, Ukrainian defenders destroyed a Su-25, 3 Russian attack helicopters Kar-52, 3 drones of the Orlan type, 1 of the Merlin type, and 1 drone of the Lancet type. Artillery and missile forces hit an enemy command post in 9 areas where the occupiers were concentrated. The situation on the border with Belarus remains unchanged, as joint exercises between Belarus and Russia are taking place. In the direction of Svatovo, positional battles continue in the area of Novosilovsk, Ploshchenka, Chervenopopivka, and in the forests of Kremina. The Bakhmut section fighting in the area of Nikolaevka. The result is unknown. Blagoda no changes have been recorded. The Russians have closely approached Proskovivka. Due to this, the situation on the front in Krasnaya Gora is not the best for Ukrainians. In Bakhmut, the Russians captured a house near the dam on Lumumba Street. Battles are taking place north of Kleshayevka. The result is unknown. The Avdev section, the Russians are attacking Krasnogorovka from Novoselivka Vitoraya and trying to advance north from Spartak. No progress has been recorded in Marinka, which can be considered good news for Ukraine. However, the situation at Ugeldar is complex. It is currently very difficult for the Ukrainians on this section. The Russians have started an attack from Pavlovka towards the Dachas and from Nikolsk towards the Dachas and Ugeldar. Auxiliary strikes are also being carried out from the village of Shevchenko. The skeleton of the attack is again the Russian Marine Infantry. Some of the Dachas have been lost, and the exact situation in the entire zone south of Ugeldar is unknown. The Zaporozhye section, the Russians are conducting artillery preparation in some areas, but there is no advance. The Tauride section, on the night of January 23rd to 24, a group of Ukrainian scouts carried out a raid on the left bank of the Dnieper in the area of Novaya Kakhovka using 3 boats. A building used as a forward command post for the occupiers was destroyed. 12 Russians were also reported killed, and BDR-82A was destroyed, and 1 prisoner was taken. From a video published by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, it is known that at least 1 of our soldiers was injured. Russia is recruiting prisoners of war from Ukraine, who were forcibly taken to Russian places of detention. In particular, in Krasnodar, active recruitment of such individuals is taking place for the private military company Wagner. The main news today is tanks. As a result of the meeting in Ramstein, 12 countries agreed to transfer to Ukraine about 100 Leopard 2 tanks, according to a source from ABC News, in addition to Poland and Finland, who publicly agreed to transfer some of their Leopard 2 tanks. Spain, the Netherlands, and Denmark are also ready to provide tanks. Bloomberg has already reported that Germany will give Poland permission to transfer 14 Leopard tanks. The Netherlands are considering the possibility of purchasing 18 Leopard 2 tanks that are leased in Germany and then transferring them to Ukraine. This was announced by the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte. The newspaper Dagens Ringsløv reports that Norway is considering the possibility of transferring 8 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. As a reminder, Norway has 52 Leopard 2A4NO units in armament, of which only 36 are in active service and the rest are in storage. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has decided to send Kiev Leopard 2A6 tanks, Spiegel. According to the publication, it's about at least 1 Leopard 2A6 Rota. And by the end of the evening, the Politico publication reported that the Biden administration is looking at options to provide Ukraine with military aid, including the transfer of 30 Abrams tanks. The next thing Ukraine needs for a successful counterattack is airplanes. The Speaker of the Air Force Command of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Colonel Yuri Ignat, stated that the type of airplane that will probably be provided by the United States to Ukraine and the corresponding preparation deadlines have already been practically determined. He explained that this is not only about training the flight crew, but also about preparing aviation engineers. Experts tend to think that these will be F-16 airplanes. British intelligence reports that Russian General Gerasimov fired one of Russia's key operational commanders in Ukraine, General Colonel Mikhail Teplinsky. Teplinsky was an officer on the ground responsible for the relatively successful withdrawal of Russian troops from the west of the Dnieper in November 2022, and he received high marks in Russia as a capable and pragmatic commander. It remains unclear whether Teplinsky retains his additional powers as the head of the VDV. The dismissal of Teplinsky probably reflects Gerasimov's dissatisfaction with the way the war in Ukraine is developing. Thank you for watching our video. We appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos. See you in the next videos.